These conversations with Ronnie as well as yesterday looking at the wicket. What have you been able to work out how it might play?
Yeah, not sure yet. I think they changed again yesterday afternoon, so we won't name the team yet. We'll wait and see what we get probably the morning of the game, and then go from there. But yeah, things can change pretty quickly this part of the world. The sun hasn't been out a great deal, so we'll have another look at the wicket, and then from there we'll name the team at the toss.
What are your considerations with that moving around the order? How many spinners?
Lots of considerations. Two fast bowlers, one fast bowler, a couple of spinners, three spinners, two spinners, all rounders. There's plenty of things on the table. We've got all the tools here to cover it. So we'll wait and see how we best see fit to win this Test match.
Yeah, have you got a 12 or 13 that are?
No, not yet. Not yet. We're just going to wait and hold off and see how things pan out over the next 24 hours, and we'll go from there.
Is that at all unsettling for the guys? Just not knowing if they can play or not?
I mean, we'd love to name a team as early as possible, but this part of the world, things can change really quickly with the wicket. The grass got cut off yesterday afternoon after we left the ground, so we're unsure as to what we're going to get when we train today. So we'll have another look, and from there, the guys know that that's the way it's going to be this game, unfortunately. But we'd love to name a team, but it's just not going to be the case this time.
Trav touched on the idea of this flexible batting order. How realistic is that you could really change things during a match, innings to innings?
Yeah, I mean, Trav will go to the top. Outside of that, I think it'll be pretty stable. I don't see that seeing it being a great deal of change from that, but that's pretty much it.
So Trav is locked in for the top for this
He'll
test.
be opening it
With us or?
with us.
Yep. So then that's where the other consideration then is at 5. Would you try Sam through the middle there?
I mean, all these things are being spoken about, so we'll wait and see. We've got all the options available to us, so we'll see how we go.
Spent a lot of time on the practice wicket, so do you feel like the team's ready to perform on whatever is produced on the?
Yeah, I think from a batter's perspective, I think speaking to Ron after practice yesterday, Dubai for us was guys working out different methods and attacking options on really extreme surfaces, and I think the way the guys have sort of brought it back into a more defensive game and with the ability to expand at times in the last few days has been good. So I think everyone's ready to go, and we're looking forward to this.
What went into the thinking there with putting Trav back up the top? So can you just talk us through that decision?
Yeah, I think the selectors liked what they saw in India when he had that opportunity. He got after the new ball, scored quickly and put the pressure on them straight away. So I guess similar thinking here.
Do you need that sort of middle order aggressor if you're moving him, like to look to someone like a Josh Inglis to fill that kind of a role specifically?
I mean, it's possible. I think just playing what's in front of us here, it's quite different, I think, to back home on the surfaces we've been playing on there, where it's very pace dominant. We'd imagine this is going to be quite spin dominant, so things change. You've got to play the different tempos of the game that are in front of you at that stage. So, like I said, I think we've got all the options available to us.
You've seen enough of Bo Webster's seam stuff to he could sort of be a new ball bowler if you wanted to go that way with one genuine quick in him. Has he got enough tools for that?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely. I think he stands the seam up really nicely, hits good areas, and whether it's him opening the bowling with Mitchell Starc or a spinner opening, there's always plenty of options there. We'll just have to assess the surface and what we think's best at the time, and he's certainly someone that could take the new ball.
And I know you were impressed with his offies in Dubai. Like, do you see him bowling more of that than the seam up stuff, or is he probably better off in his latest skill set?
Good question. I think that's going to be all surface dependent. We've got a few spinners, I dare say, going to play, and then we've got plenty of other options with Petty, Marnus, Bo obviously can bowl both, so we've got plenty of options there.
Is Matt Kuhneman right to go?
Yeah, he's. I think as soon as he had surgery, even before surgery, I think he was actually saying, "I'm good, I'm ready to play." So apparently the surgeon's done an incredible job for him to be able to field and do some of the things he's been able to do the last couple of days. We're kind of a bit gobsmacked, but either he's a tremendous actor or he's got great pain tolerance, I'm sure. But he's ticked all the boxes, and I think he's good to go.
And how's your elbow?
Much better than expected. I had a A little bit of a scare, obviously, back home. Similar sort of feeling to what I had in 2019 when I did my ligaments. So fortunately, it was all mainly muscle. It settled down pretty quickly, and I'm actually batting without tape, so much better than expected.
Are there any regrets playing BBL, Steve, or is it just
None. It's good fun.
Are you back to throwing, or is that something you probably won't be able to do
No,
throughout?
I'm not throwing yet. I think that's something we'll probably build up over the next little bit. So, I haven't thrown a ball yet. But fortunately, this part of the world, I'm probably going to be parked in slip for the entire time. And, if I have to chase one to the boundary, hopefully one of my mates comes with me. So, that's it.
How are your underarms? Oh, sorry.
Maybe they pitch it back left-handed, is it?
What's that?
You pitch it back left-handed?
I couldn't do that. No, I'm not that talented.
Could you throw underarm?
I mean, I can underarm, yeah.
Steve, how much were test wins in Asia? I mean, obviously we know how much goal India was, but to follow that up with a rare series win over here, how much would that mean?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. We've obviously played really good cricket the last few years in all conditions. We weren't able to get the job done here last time. I think it was 1-1, and India, we weren't able to win there. So, I mean, it's a tricky place to play. It's foreign to us. A lot of us have played here now, so we understand conditions. So, it's going to be a tricky series, no doubt. But, we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get on top this time.
What did you take from that last visit? Talk about learning the conditions.
Yeah, I mean, just playing the tempos of the game that are right at each stage, and guys being able to adapt accordingly to whatever that scenario is or the situation is that the game wants you to play. So, essentially it.
Did you not thought much about that one run?
No, I've tried to put it out of my mind. I probably thought about that a little bit too much in Sydney a few weeks back. So that's out of my mind now. I'm just going to go out and play, and hopefully I can tick that one off.
What will it mean to you to join the likes of Pom team?
I mean, it'd be pretty cool. It's I've never really been one for milestones, but to tick off 10,000 with those guys you mentioned, that'll be pretty special.
It'd be a different setting, obviously. Home. I said you did mention that you thought about it a lot because I think everyone wanted you to get there, but it'll still be pretty special here, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I've played over here a little bit. I enjoy playing here. Of course, it would have been great to have done it in Sydney in front of all my friends and family, but to do it here will be cool as well.
Can you talk about just the dismissal with one run to get? Did you look back and think I was thinking of, just getting that run out of the way, or?
Not really. I mean, I felt like it was just a nice ball to back foot punch, and it sort of just took off. Hit me on the glove. So, I couldn't really do a great deal much else there, to be fair.
And just on Sri Lanka, like how much different do you think was your team's level of, I guess, know-how, knowledge versus say 2016 when you came over here?
Yeah, I mean, I think guys have a lot more plans, I suppose, that they can take into the game to, I suppose, put pressure back on bowlers as batters. I'm talking, and I think even our spinners, like guys like Nathan, have come a long way since then. He's developed different skills, the side spinners, and different variations that work in these conditions. So I think everyone's come a long way. We've had some good experiences, so we've got to put those into practice over the next few days.
They've named an 18-man squad. Do you have any sense of what they're doing with their 11?
No. I dare say there'll be a few spinners in there. And from there, unsure, but we'll wait and see on the day.
And you just go back to 2017 to Bangladesh, and I remember you sort of saying that it was very much a bit of a building step towards India. Has the mindset changed a bit at all in terms of each series in Asia stands, on its own, and there's a lot to be play for, in isolation?
Yeah, I mean, I think the World Test Championships put that into, every series is huge. I think this one's obviously a little bit less for us now as we've qualified for the final, but you want to win every series that you play. So, I think we've got a really good squad. We've got all bases covered, and some guys might get an opportunity to showcase their skills and, put their best foot forward for other Asia tours.
Steve, we know that you're fielding as captain a couple of times for Pat before, but for a full series like this, does it feel like old times when you were the captain full time?
Not really. I mean, I'm just filling in again. It's been good fun doing it on a couple of occasions, but Pat's done a wonderful job over the last few years, and I'm looking forward to coming out and leading the boys here. I think I understand these conditions really well. Played a lot of cricket in the subcontinent now, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Based on that, Steve, captaining in the subcontinent, I remember you compared captaining in Indo like a game of chess, like you're moving things around almost ball after ball. How much of that do you enjoy, that aspect of captaining in the subcontinent?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I mean, it's really different to back home where you kind of just have your 3 slips and, your third slip goes to a cover, or you find your square leg goes out or comes up. There's a lot more that goes into it, and you're trying to get inside the batter's mind of what they're trying to do on the wicket and make them do something different and things like that. So I enjoy that. That's the part of the game that I really enjoy. It's almost a mental game rather than a physical or skill-based game in that respect. So yeah, I enjoy that. It's good fun.
If Sam doesn't play, how do you, I suppose, talk that through with him in terms of, I suppose, the role and play to Australia versus what you need to do out here?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a lot of practice over here if he doesn't play, which in itself is great as well for development. I only have to think back to 2013, I think, where I didn't play the first few tests, and just the amount of balls I was hitting in the nets and the skills I was able to develop from facing loads of net bowlers and things like that. So whether he plays or not, I think it's going to be a wonderful experience for him. He's going to learn a lot, so we'll wait and see.
It's just about the tempo of the game. Last time around, 2 very different pitches. Can you adjust on the go, as batter, as captain as well? Because things change so quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the skill of it all. You have to adapt really quickly when things change. And, you look at the last 2 times, the time we played here last, we had 2 different wickets, as you said. One was really flat, where first innings you've got to cash in and go big, and then second innings it gets really tricky, or you can get extreme conditions in the first innings like we did last time as well, and you have to adapt accordingly to that. So yeah, I mean, it's communicating, coming to a point where we say, righto, it's starting to do something a little bit different here. Let's get proactive in our thinking and the way we're going to approach things, and get on top of it before it gets on top of you, I suppose.
And how important is it to have an opener then, who really takes it on? We've seen it in India as well, what Travis did, and whether it's Sam or Travis, the way they play as well, how crucial is it to have someone like that at the dog?
I mean, it's nice, isn't it, when you get off to a quick start and you sort of get in front of the game a little bit. But, everyone's got their own set of skills, the way they go about it. Yeah, as we said before, Travis is going to be up top. He did really nicely in India against the new ball. He put spinners under pressure immediately, and we know how well he hits the seam as well if they come with that. So, yeah, it's going to be good fun watching him up top.